Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Ryan. Today I'm actually going to be just having some breakfast here. I stayed the night here at Oak Openings Preserve Metro Park, and probably gonna be hiking around probably all of today because there's I think about over 16 miles of total of trail. So we'll see how it goes. It's probably gonna be a really hot one. Right now it's pretty cold actually, as just day broke, but yeah, so I'm not sure about the photography side of things. I may be traveling light, or I may try to just have a hydration pack, just like a small day pack, and just hike around and see what photos I may like scout out, I guess, for future compositions, or to maybe take later in the day, or just at later visits, just because there's so much ground to cover here. But for now, I'm going to actually cook up a nice big meal so that way I'm ready and I got enough calories and stuff going on. So I'm going to do that and make some coffee. And if I really want to treat myself, I may try one of these popcorn kits. But anyways, I got 2 cans of this beef stew, which is going to be more than enough, I think. So let's go ahead and start cooking it. I'm just really taking it easy, nice and slow, just because of, the sunlight. It's pretty nice right now. Like, this would actually be a nice time to take photographs, perhaps of like maybe some landscapes or some woodland warblers, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I just want to, just take 5 and, just kind of enjoy myself for what this, this nice, beautiful scenery is around me. So, plus with giving my first visit, I don't try to have too high of expectations of, getting amazing photographs, because I just don't know simply enough about the location, and I'm not quite familiar with it to, always produce those, I guess. So.
Alright, so I finally made it onto the yellow trail. It's just, I think, under 16 miles total in length. But it's a nice big loop trail that goes to the entire Oka Openings Preserve. And so I'm going to be starting out for the day. I just hope I packed enough water because it's going to get real hot. I think upwards about early to mid 80 degrees, I think. By midday, it's around 2 or 3 o'clock. But for what it's worth, right now it's about 9:30 in the morning still. So it's pretty early. But people are starting to really come in to the park. It looks like as I'm passing the parking lot here. But it took me a moment to really gather my bearings and look at the trailhead map and see where I was going. But I feel like I found my way finally. It's cool because they mark it on a lot of trees and on signposts with yellow blazes, so that makes it a lot easier that way. But yeah, just got some snacks with me. No real camera gear besides this GoPro and my phone, so part of me hopes I don't miss up any good opportunities for some warblers or something cool, like, I don't know, some wildflowers. So far I'm just seeing really, looks like wood sorrel, which is a tiny yellow flower that's invasive. Also some Virginia spring beauties and just some downy violets, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna keep going here and hopefully we'll see the rest of the park here, but there's lots of cool stuff out here. And I'm looking forward to seeing the sand dunes, which are one of the most unique features you can find in the entire state of Ohio that is at this park. So my first impressions are, I'm really blown away by this place. I'm about a mile in, just over a mile that is, into this yellow loop trail. But it's just, the habitat's gorgeous. It's just stunning. I think they're hemlock trees, lots of different pine and coniferous trees that are situated along the waterway, which I believe is the Maumee River. Very beautiful, just old growth trees, just scenic woodlands, and it's just, besides some distant traffic, I mean, it's peaceful out here. I mean, you really can't complain. This is really good scenery. So but as you can tell, I'm trying to save my breath a little bit, and I'm trying to do this trail continuously, at least see how far I can go without taking any breaks, just as a little challenge. But of course, if there's something worthwhile to see that'll stop me dead in my tracks, then of course I will do that. But I think for now I'm just going to keep going and see if there's anything worthwhile, and then maybe I can find an easier way to drive over to certain points or parking lots to get closer to a potential subject. Like I heard that wild lupine would be, I think, blooming this time of year. I don't know too much about it either, to be honest, so I may stumble upon it and it'd be pretty cool to see that, and that might be worth a potential photograph. But even then, I'm just open to whatever possibilities may be here. And at the very least, I mean, if I go home empty-handed, it's totally okay, because I still got a nice big hike in, and I finally got to check out this location, which I'm already getting 2 thumbs up for. It's really great. I'm trying to ration out my water every couple of miles, just take a little quick swig, I guess. But so far I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm just at about 2 miles actually, so I may do such of that. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's just a little warm out. It's not sweltering heat yet, which is nice. That's kind of why I wanted to start early in the morning after tearing down my campsite. But one interesting thing I noticed on the trail markers is that this is actually a part of the North Country Trail, which is a trail I'd love to through hike someday. Oops. Oh, wait. So yeah, North Country Trail, which is a scenic trail that crosses through multiple states here in the Midwest, and that'd be a great one to hike someday. Probably lots of scenic views and everything, I'd imagine, and doing some camping, of course. All right, so I kind of got lost, unsurprisingly, but it took a couple miles in until that happened. But it was weird because it just, like, the yellow trail just looped around, like I was following, like I thought it should be, and then it just kind of made this big old loop. It wasn't that big, but you know, it basically looped around, and I got confused there. So I found a trail head for the horse center, actually. So right now I'm along what I believe to be is the horse trails, which there's many of them. They're actually, this is the only Toledo Metro Park with them. And right now I'm trying to find my way back because this horse trail intersects and weaves through the yellow loop trail, and then we'll go from there. But in terms of bird life, quite a few red-headed woodpeckers, both hearing and seeing them. Also, what's kind of, this is a deer, white-tailed deer too, looks like over there, running away. I think other than that, eastern towhee, which is not really that common up here. I've heard a couple of them doing their, the typical mnemonic of drink your tea. And also I heard some chickadees, but unlike the ones where I'm from, which are Carolina chickadees, the ones up here in Northwest Ohio are black-capped chickadees. Slightly different variation in the plumage and feather detail. So been hearing those as well. But so far it's really heating up now. Just trying to stay hydrated and keep going here. So see how far this takes me, and hopefully I can get back on track here in a little bit. Alright, so change of plans here. I got lost again. I thought I was back on that golden trail loop, but I guess that's a gold colored instead of yellow, because I found a yellow and it basically had a fork in the road. You can go left or right, and I went one way and it looped around, and then I double checked the trail map that I took a picture of with my phone, and it is a loop trail, the smaller yellow one that is. But so I'm way off from the gold one now. I've basically given up. It's just one of those things that comes with going to a new location like this. And then in terms of birds, any updates? I saw rose-breasted grosbeak, a beautiful male that was just right in the middle of the trail, and then flew up to a nearby tree. All right, here's the red trail. I'm gonna go on it, see what it brings, but it's pretty sparsely wooded right here, so it's real sunny. So we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to keep my morale high. It's just kind of tough right now. I kind of wish I left the campsite earlier and set out on the trail sooner, so that way I'd beat the heat. Well, I made it to the sand dunes. It's pretty cool, actually. This is something I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but it's literally as I guess could have imagined, I guess. I don't know, this is really cool. It's neat. I don't know about taking a image of it, but it's still really just neat to traverse through the landscape and just see how it looks, I guess. But I know these videos are always about on location, and it's supposed to be about the location, me talking about it, my initial impressions and experiences. But as I always say, I've been thinking a lot about how challenges like this, where it's hot out, you're sweaty, I haven't showered in a few days, just stuff like that. Kind of builds character. It tests your limits and what you can really, I guess, achieve in life. And I'm not really the most inspired at the moment to take photographs, just because the light is sunny. I mean, it's a beautiful day, don't get me wrong, but it's just not really the most well suited. And I quite frankly don't want to waste my time, but I also really don't have much camera gear on me at all. It's just basically just hiking gear, water, and some snacks. But yeah, I just don't know. It's something about those challenges. They help you, and especially when it comes to this kind of stuff like outdoor photography, that at least from what I'm used to in print sales and stuff, doesn't pay you a whole lot. It's just it's weird to think about how I spend so much time, hours, entire days, out in the field, photographing, trial and error, attempting things, experimenting, while also trying to carve my niche at the same time. And then on top of that, just the amount of miles hiked and all the gear and stuff that you have to invest in, and then all different elements of the weather and stuff, and all this planning and researching that goes into locations like this. And then the payoff is, I guess, what, in a way, is it monetary? I mean, it can be, but it's also just the payoff of storytelling, I think, payoff of experiences, and just sharing that with you, of course, whoever may be listening or watching to this, but also just to yourself. It helps you grow as a person, I think, and like I said, test your limits, and keep you going, I guess, and keep you occupied, not to say distract yourself from other things in life, but just keeps you just you know, doing stuff and actively being an, I guess, member of society. I don't know what that means in this regard, but just being, you know, I don't know, just invested in something, you know, passion, I guess. As overrated as that word is, I think that's what it really just comes down to here, is just, you know, being passionate about something and be willing to share it with people, and even regardless of any monetary value, of course, too. So yeah, so not to get all deep there, but we'll keep hiking here, I think, and take some more images, I guess, or with the phone, I guess, and then you know, we'll see, and then find my way back to the car, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I'll have to really pay attention to the trail map and see if I can figure it out, because this place is a lot bigger than I imagined at first, and so, as I can already have experienced, you know, it can be kind of easy to get lost in here. Alright everyone, I'm going to conclude today's video here. I hate to do it like this just because it's been very uneventful. You basically just watched me come out of my tent, eat breakfast, and hike. I don't know if that's fun to people, but anyways, yeah, no real photos today, unfortunately. I'm pretty sunburnt, worn out. Yeah, I don't know. This is a good place though, don't get me wrong. I highly recommend it. It's gorgeous. I just feel like maybe a better time of year might be like fall. I could definitely see this place in fall, especially along the river with all the leaves, you know, falling into it. Just be very beautiful in autumnal foliage. But it's still gorgeous nonetheless. Lots of spring beauties and other wildflowers, migrating songbirds. Not too many, but it's a good place to hike and get lost for a while, literally. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. This has been Oak Openings Preserve Metro Park. Until next time, make sure you get out here. Thank you.